G'day YouTube, Down the Bricks here. What you building? Well, you guys know what I've been building, and of course it's the Imperial Star Destroyer. This is a set from 2006. Its number is 6211, has 1,366 pieces and comes with 8 minifigs. So there's a lot to show with this set, but first of all we'll get stuck into the minifigures. So let's check them out. So we really do get an awesome selection of minifigures with this set. So we'll start with Darth Vader. It actually has quite plain printing on this edition, as we were getting back in 2006. We do get the printed head in the grey, which looks really good. There's no rear printing on the head or the torso. And we get some of the old style stormtroopers, which just look fantastic. So no real detailing on the legs. We do get printing on the back of the torso, and they just come with a blank flesh head. So we get 2 of those, and of course an astromech droid R2D5. Always great to get this droid. I think he looks fantastic. And one of my favourite Star Wars figs is the Royal Guards. So we get a couple in this set. So we get the printing on the front of the torso there, and there's none on the back, and you just get the plain black head. But all together like that, that is a fantastic looking minifigure. And of course we just get a standard Imperial officer. So again, there's no printing on the back. So just a pretty standard figure. But probably my favourite of this set is of course Grand Moff Tarkin. And I think he looks fantastic. So very happy to have this minifigure. Again, there's no printing on the back at all, but does look great anyway. So okay guys, what do you reckon? I think it actually looks fantastic from this angle. Really looks the part. A lot of people ask me why I have playable Star Destroyers when I have the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer, and the simple answer to that is I love the Star Destroyer. So any chance I can get to buy and build a Star Destroyer, I'm going to grab that, and I really like this set. Overall, I think it looks fantastic, but it does have some flaws to the build. So I'll discuss that as we have a closer look to it, and of course with all my Watcha buildings I will be doing a comparison, and I'll let the cat out of the bag because obviously I'm going to compare it to the 2014 Star Destroyer. So for anyone that still might be contemplating what is the best playable Star Destroyer, we'll have a close look at the 2 of them and see which you guys think might be the better Star Destroyer. So as I said, from this angle it actually looks really good. As we turn it to the side here, you actually get to see quite a bit of the Technic build through here, which stands out a little bit. On the whole, I think your eye is just drawn to the whole craft, but as you look closer, definitely the Technic sections through here do stand out a bit. I don't know why they actually didn't do that in light grey, so it just helped blend it in. I like what they tried to achieve here by having the gap between the bottom and top wing sections to actually show some detail, but they just didn't add any detail, so it leaves it a little exposed. Now with this set, it's not really in proportion with your top command center here, because it's actually made to fit minifigures, which overall I think is a great idea. I don't know if you can really see those guys in there. Let me drop that back and you may see them a little better. So I think that's quite good to be able to put them in there, and I'll show you closer in there, but the detail inside there is really good too. Of course a lot of it is just with stickers, but it does look really good. But let's pull it apart now and get to have a look on the inside. So this top section here just lifts straight out. So what I might do while I have it off is just show this a little closer. So this back section here just lifts, that works really well, and lifts out so you can see in the command center there. And as Lego likes doing with these Star Destroyers, actually be able to open the whole thing right up. So this one does that. So we can lift it out like so. Open it up, and this is where the real fun begins. So there's not a whole lot going on in this front section. You have a place here to store Darth Vader's lightsaber. You have an escape pod here that you can actually launch out of the cargo bay like so. Mainly just detailed with some stickers on the side. And in the back section here is where most of the action is. So on this side we have Darth Vader in his chamber. Back here we've got the little mouse droid. Always a cool little extra to these sets. So what the idea is here is that you can pick up the helmet for Darth Vader. It doesn't work real well, but you can just sort of imagine what you do there and pick it up, and you can bring it down and put it on his head. But I actually just like having this little chamber here, and you can open that right up to expose Darth Vader, so I do like that feature. If we come on over to this side here, you have a little seat here that Darth Vader can sit on when he's talking to the Emperor. So that is just a trans light blue piece with a sticker on both sides. And we have a little armory in the back here. So if you slide that over, reveals a couple of weapons. But there is a lot of space in the back here. So for a set to play with for the young fellas, you can really get your hands in there, really add some figs. The other little play feature you have from the outside is on the side here. You can see these little red Technic pieces here. So I don't know how good I'll be able to do this, but let's give it a go. So you actually just have a lightsaber piece in there that you can fire out. Let me see if I can show you that a little better. So you can push that in and it fires that out, and that actually works quite good. Oh, there we go. Alright, so probably the hardest thing with this is actually moving it around. It's a shame that they weren't doing handles at that stage like they do now, so you really just have to slide your hand in underneath and pick it up. Once you get your hand under though, it's not too bad. It's a little bit loose on there, but it actually isn't too bad. You can swoosh it around all you like. But now we might get the other Imperial Star Destroyer out and do a bit of a comparison. Just before we do that, I just want to show you in the instructions here, so you actually get 2 books. There was 12 bags to this set, 12 numbered bags, and it was actually a little bit unusual because bag 1 was just all of the minifigs and their accessories, so that was a little bit different to what I'm used to. But on the back of book 1 of the instructions, we have a couple of sets from 2006, and we have the fantastic sail barge, which is one of my all-time favourite playable Lego sets. That is an awesome set. And we have the 2006 Slave 1. Book 2, we have, of course, a big spread here of all the playable features for the set, but we also get, as we used to back in the day, get alternate builds. So that one's pretty wacky, but the one I really like, have a look at this Skyhopper. Doesn't that, let me get it back a bit, doesn't that look fantastic? I'm actually very tempted to give that set a build. That looks great. But on with the comparison, and here we go. So of course this is the Star Destroyer from 2012. It is set number 75055. It has 1,359 pieces, comes with 6 minifigs. So the piece count is much the same between these 2 sets, but the size difference is quite noticeable. Now I'm normally to the belief that bigger is better, and instantly my eye is drawn to the bigger set. But some of the flaws with the 2006 set have been rectified by 2014. So down the sides here, there is no Technic exposure at all, but the only thing there, it doesn't really have the gap between the top and bottom wing section as we're supposed to have with the Star Destroyer. But overall, it really sort of brings it together and doesn't have that exposure, so I like that. On the command center, obviously this one's a little out of proportion to hold the minifigs, but the detailing on this one is really good, so we get some great detailing on there. The gun system on the side of this one, which is a bit of a play feature, I really like that. Those guns look excellent. And on the back, I'll just spin them both around. So personally, I like these bigger engines a lot better. I think that looks great, but the detailing and the enclosure of this back section is really well done on the 2014 model. So overall, it's a much better design. Along the back section here, there's a lot more detailing. So even though this one's a lot smaller, I like what Lego did. They really just put all those extra pieces in to add in a lot more detail and just really closing the whole ship in, so you weren't looking through big gaps as you are with this one here. So just to help you give a size comparison, I'll just show you from the side here. Now obviously this one's a lot closer to the camera, so you really don't notice that difference so much, but there is quite a difference in length and width. But if we actually swap them over, you're almost flat out seeing the 2014 one behind this one, just because it's so much bigger. So my final thoughts between these 2 sets, I honestly think that whatever your preference is, you can't go wrong with either of these sets. I really like the sheer size of the 2006 model. I think the actual interior play features and detailing are better in the 2006 model than the 2014, but the exterior detail of the 2014 is by far superior. The minifigs with the 2006 model I think are better than the newer one, but I must say I'm stoked to have both of these sets. To be able to display them together up on a shelf I think is going to look fantastic. So thank you guys for voting for this set and twisting my arm into cutting those tabs and opening the box. So thank you again guys. So I hope you liked this Watcha building review. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, what you think of the minifigs, which one that you like better, which one that you have. I'd be interested to know that. Drop a line in the comments and we'll have a chat. But for now, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.